John Tinniswood, an Englishman born the same year the Titanic sank and who survived 2 world wars and 2 global pandemics, has died aged 112. Months after Guinness World Records recognized him as the world's oldest man.
타이타닉호가 침몰한 해에 태어나 2차례 세계대전과 2번의 전세계 팬데믹 상황을 겪은 영국인 존 티니스우드가 세계 최고령 남성 기네스 기록을 세운 지 몇 달 만에 112세의 나이로 세상을 떠났습니다. Alright, so let's talk about the oldest man in the world.
It is quite sad that he did pass away at a care home in Southport, which is in northwest England, but his family told Guinness World Records this, and I loved this. They said he died surrounded by music and love. So I just loved that.
Yeah.
And just a little bit about this man. He was born in 1912 in Liverpool. He got married in 1942 at the height of World War II.
Oh, yeah.
He served in the army. He was in the Royal Army Pay Corps, which was responsible for finances and food supplies. He had children, so he is survived by a daughter, 4 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. So this phrase is different from the survived by is a little different from the way survived is used in the headline. So
Well, let's get right to that.
you want to do that right now then?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're survived by somebody, that's used to talk about your family members that are still alive after someone passes away.
So in this case, John Tinniswood, he's passed away, but he is survived by his
Daughter.
children and
4 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren.
So that means they are alive.
They're still alive,
Yeah.
yes.
그래요.
And one other interesting thing that I really think you're going to like. From the age of 100 to 110, he received a birthday card each year from the Queen.
Oh, lovely.
And
Yeah.
and she was 14 years younger than him.
Oh, right.
She of course died in 2022. But yeah, for 10 years he received
Yeah.
a birthday card from her.
Because you don't have too many centenarians in the country.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. And here's some other interesting things. Every Friday, so they said he didn't follow any specific diet really, but on Fridays he ate fish and chips,
Okay, lovely.
which was a thing that I did with my grandmother when I was in England too. It's like a Catholic thing. You eat fish on Fridays, so maybe he was Catholic. Apparently, he stayed mentally active by keeping up with the news. So so it's a good reason to listen to Morning Special.
Right.
And he managed his own finances. When Guinness awarded him this, they asked him, "So what's your secret?" And he said, "Just luck." And he said, "You know what? You either live long or you live short. You can't do much about it."
비법이 없군요. 장수의 비결이 뭡니까? 그랬더니 그냥 운이 좋은 거죠 뭐. 이렇게 얘기를 했답니다. 자, 유족으로는 이렇게 딸들과 손주들이 있다라는 얘기를 했죠. 그거를 영어로는 he is survived by 누구누구. 그래서 돌아가신 분 먼저 얘기하고 someone is survived by 하고 유족을 얘기하는 겁니다. 근데 그것과는 조금 다른 표현이 여기 나와 있는데요. 그냥 survive 하고 무엇 하면은 무엇을 생존했다. 어떤 이제 he survived 2 world wars 이렇게 얘기하고 있거든요. 2차 세계대전, 2차 세계대전 그것을 다 지나고 그런 것들이 있었는데 거기서 살아남은 거니까요. So it's a different meaning.
Right. In this case, it means he lived through these things. And we
Yes.
use it for something difficult. So like a recession or a divorce. You survive the divorce, survive the recession, or something dangerous, like in this case, a war, a global pandemic. He lived through it.
Yeah, exactly. 어려운 상황을 겪었을 때, 그것을 이겨냈을 때, 내지는 아까 말한 것처럼 살아남았을 때, 그럴 때 survive something이라고 합니다. 이 2가지 용법이 조금 다르니까요. Someone is survived by 누구랑 그냥 someone survived something이랑 이제 같이 기억하시면 좋을 것 같아요. And to recognize someone as something means what?
So there's a few different usages. In this case, this one is to sort of formally accept or acknowledge someone or something for something they did, like an achievement. The phrase that all the kids say these days is to give someone their flowers.
Oh, and that means to recognize
To
someone, is it?
recognize someone and recognize them publicly. Like,
Okay.
oh, you did a great job or you're the best.
So you give them your flowers.
You give them their flowers.
Their flowers.
Yeah, this is a
Oh.
phrase. And the other one to recognize someone is when you identify someone. So
Yeah.
like you see someone you know and you know who they are.
Right. 자, recognize 일단 스펠링은요. 지금 여기는 S로 썼는데 이게 영국식 표현이고요. 영영방 국가에서는 대부분 이렇게 마지막에 SE로 쓰는데 미국에서는 ZE 이렇게 쓰죠. 근데 같은 거예요. 스펠링이 좀 다를 뿐이고 발음도 똑같고. 그다음에 이제 의미는 공식적으로 이렇게 인정이 됐다라는 의미도 될 수 있고 또 하나는 누군가를 알아보다라는 의미가 될 수 있습니다. 여기서는 인정이겠죠? 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. John Tenniswood, an Englishman born the same year the Titanic sank and who survived 2 world wars and 2 global pandemics, has died aged 112, months after Guinness World Records recognized him as the world's oldest man. Here's our next headline.
Denmark's coalition government has approved a groundbreaking measure to tax methane emissions from farm animals, marking the first climate levy on livestock in the world.
덴마크 연립정부가 가축이 배출하는 메탄에 세금을 부과하는 획기적인 조치를 승인했습니다. 가축의 기후변화 세금을 매긴 사례는 이번이 세계 최초입니다. Tell us more.
Well, the BBC had a very interesting headline. Flatulence tax. Denmark agrees deal for livestock emissions levy. So now from 2030, so they have a few years, farmers will have to pay 300 kroner, which is about 43 US dollars per ton of methane. So that's probably about I didn't do the Korean conversion. I'm guessing a little over Oman one, I would say, probably.
43, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit above that per ton of methane that their animals produce. And this is a bid to obviously drive down Denmark's emissions. This was decided after months of debate between the country's major political parties, Danish farmers, trade unions, and environmental groups. They're calling the deal the Green Tripartite Agreement.
Okay.
And they're really hoping that this plan improves biodiversity in the country. They're planning to replace a lot of farmland with 250,000 hectares of new forest. This is another part of another aspect of the plan. They hope this will improve waterways and improve drinking water.
Right. 그 BBC의 제목을 처음에 얘기했을 때 제가 웃었던 이유가 이제 flatulence tax에서 flatulence라는 단어가요. 굉장히 우아하게 fart를 말하는 거거든요. 방귀. 예, 그리고 일상 대화에서 쓰는 단어와 그다음에 이렇게 뭐 이게 학술적인 의미나 조금 더 교양 있게 쓰는 단어들이 다르니까 그래서 그렇게 쓴 겁니다. 방귀세금이라고 이렇게 쓴 거죠, BBC에서. 근데 그게 뭐 사실 방귀뿐만 아니라 뭐 트림도 마찬가지일 것이고 소들이 이렇게 배출하는 가스에 메탄가스, 굉장히 안 좋은 메탄가스가 들어있기 때문에 이게 환경 오염을 시키죠. 그래서 앞으로는 그런 것들을 배출하는 가축에다가 세금을 매기겠다. 즉 그 가축을 키우는 농장이 그런 것을 돈을 내야 될 것이고 so once again, going back to the $43 per ton, it's per ton of
Methane.
Of what?
Methane. So it's not not just the flatulence. It's not just the farts. It's also the burps. So it's
Okay.
both. But flatulence is a funny word, so that's why they
맞아요.
put it in the headline to make everyone a little more clickbaity.
Exactly. 네, 그래서 나름대로 계산하는 방법이 있겠지만 메탄가스가 배출되는 걸 기준으로 1톤당 우리 돈으로 한 5만 원 정도의 세금을 부과한다고 합니다.
It's a great idea. I'm actually going to start taxing my wife for her flatulence as well. Chun-on for every fart. I'm going to be a rich man in no time.
All right, groundbreaking. Let's have a look at that.
Groundbreaking. Something's groundbreaking. It's new. That's the way to think about it. New and innovative. So a lot of the time we use this for things like inventions, new ideas. It's something that it makes a big difference. It kind of opens up new possibilities, so ideas, research, inventions.
네, 아주 획기적이다라는 뜻으로 groundbreaking이라고 하고요. And livestock.
Animals, birds that are kept on farms,
Yeah.
cows,
Cows
sheep,
in this
chickens.
case.
In this case, I was also pigs, I think, as well in this one. All livestock. Cows are the ones that always get blamed for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
맞아요. 가축을 영어로는 livestock, livestock라고 합니다. 다시 읽어볼까요? Denmark's coalition government has approved a groundbreaking measure to tax methane emissions from farm animals, marking the first climate levy on livestock in the world. Now let's move on to the final headline.
Suriname has announced a Royalties for Everyone program in which each citizen would receive $750 in a savings account as the South American nation plans for a boon from recently discovered oil and gas reserves.
남미국가 수리남 정부는 최근 발견된 석유와 가스 매장지로 얻을 혜택을 설계하는 과정에서 국민 한 명당 $750를 예금 계좌로 지급하는 일명 모두를 위한 로열티 프로그램을 시행한다고 밝혔습니다. So everyone in the country is going to benefit from this new discovery.
Yeah, they sure are. And also the Suriname's neighbor, Guyana, they did a similar thing as well. Both countries are expected to make billions of dollars in the coming years. In Guyana, earlier this month, Guyana announced that they would give all adult citizens living at home and abroad. And I had some coworkers in Toronto that were Guyanese. So I guess they'll get this money too.
Yeah.
They're going to get about $465.
Okay.
So
less than this, but
yeah,
still.
Suriname's going to offer more. So a few interesting things here is like the country's not very big, 600,000 people, but apparently they're saying within the next 10 to 20 years they're expecting to make $10 billion. And 1 in 5 Surinamese people live in poverty today. So this should really definitely help out, obviously.
그래요. 자, 수리남에서 석유 그리고 가스 매장지가 발견이 됐습니다. 이로 인해서 앞으로 엄청난 큰 국가 수입원으로 사용될 예정인데 예정이 아니라 뭐 그렇게 당연히 예상이 되고 있죠. 근데 그거를 국민들에게도 모두 혜택을 주겠다 해서 모든 수리남 국민들에게 우리 돈으로 한 100만 원 정도 되는데요. 각각 다 100만 원 정도씩 일종의 로열티라고 부르고 있죠. 그래서 입금을 다 해주겠다 정부에서 얘기를 했습니다. 근데 실제로 수리남에서는 5명 중 1명이 정말 최저 생계 수준으로 굉장히 가난하게 살고 있다고 하기 때문에 이게 큰 도움이 될 것으로 보여진다고 합니다. Alright, let's have a look at savings account.
A bank account where people can save money. And I forgot to mention this, in this savings account that the government's going to set up, that $750 will get an annual interest rate of 7%.
That's huge.
So you leave that there for a while, take advantage of compounding. In 10, 20 years, it's going to be a lot more than $750.
그러니까요. 이게 모든 국민에게 100만 원 넣어주는 거에다가 플러스 이율이요 7%나 된다고 합니다. 그러니까 그걸 놔두고 뭐 다른 돈까지 넣으면 더 좋겠지만 그래서 그러면 나중에 불겠죠. 자, 세이빙스 어카운트가 이런 예금 계좌가 되겠습니다. 보통 예금 계좌, savings account. 자, 그다음에 they're preparing for this boon.
That's right. So a boon is a benefit,
Yeah.
something that improves a situation or brings you joy or happiness or an advantage. So you can say something is a boon for or a boon to.
Yeah.
So, when it rains a lot, that's always a boon for crops or a new law can be a boon to business owners, for example. Who's the snow a boon for, do you think?
Children?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, especially if you had a snow day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
자, boon이에요. boom이 아니고 boon입니다. 그래서 요거 헷갈리시면 안 되고 boon, boon이라는 것은 이득이다, 혜택이다 이런 뜻이에요. 그래서 수리남이 지금 이렇게 석유 매장지, 가스 매장지를 발견했기 때문에 엄청난 혜택을 지금 누리게 될 거거든요. 그 다음에 여러 가지 예시를 들면서 지금의 이 눈은 누구에게 큰 혜택일까? 레이가 물어봐서 제가 아이들 이렇게 얘기를 했는데 네, 여기서는 수리남 얘기에서 boon이라는 단어가 쓰였고 보통 뒤에다가 boon for 누구 아니면 boon to 누구 이렇게 얘기를 합니다. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. Suriname has announced a Royalties for Everyone program in which each citizen would receive $750 in a savings account as the South American nation plans for a boon from recently discovered oil and gas reserves. Well, that's it for the headlines.